Culture evolves at the speed of light, just like your financial needs. When it comes to your money, Credit Karma keeps you in the know and ahead of the game. You can count on Credit Karma to keep up with your financial needs as they evolve. We'll help you monitor your progress and give personalized recommendations so you can make strides towards your goals and find your way to money. Make sure you're on the right track, no matter where you are on your financial journey. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Are you feeling stuck in your career or lacking employment at the moment? Experiencing symptoms of job dissatisfaction? You might be suffering from a common condition known as career stagnation. But don't worry, there's a solution. Monster.com. Monster.com offers a comprehensive suite of career-boosting tools designed just for you. Our free resume review and AI interview prep tool will help you stand out from the crowd. Need more guidance? Dive into our career advice articles for expert tips and insights. And don't forget to check out our salary tools to ensure you're getting paid what you're worth. Side effects may include a new job, increased confidence, and a brighter future. Consult Monster.com today and take the first step towards your new career. Ready for your next job opportunity? Visit Monster.com now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany.
Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing?
Jax just got back from Montreal and Detroit, Michigan. How was your trip?
Wow. So, first of all, man, Montreal was absolutely amazing. I've been there once before, but I think it was just, I don't know what it was about this place, but it's just so amazing. The people were so nice. The club that we went to, Pangea and Morris, all the partners with Pangea were so amazing. The food, if you never go to Montreal, you got to go, just at least go for the food. This place that we went to called Arthur's for breakfast was amazing. We went to Bevo for pizza for lunch. We had this place called Schwartz's, which is ironic because Tom Schwartz is there, for the deli sandwiches. And just not only that, we just walked around the city and everybody was just so nice to us. Everybody was so kind. It was such an amazing trip, and I can't wait to go back. In fact, we are going back in April. We are going back at the end of April to do this again. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah,
it was cracking me up, like how everyone was going crazy about that picture you posted with our publicist, Lori.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if people know this or not, but Lori's been in our lives. It's not only been in our lives, it's been in Tom's life. It's been in Kristen's life, Brittany's life.
She's our let's make this clear. She's our publicist and very good friend of mine. So a photo like that, it, like, people I know were saying a lot of crap about it, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. And if you look at Lori's page, she literally took almost the exact same photo with Stephen McGee from Summer House, and he's gay. So
and Blake. So
it's just a friend. So I want to make that clear because Lori is an amazing publicist, a super hard worker, and she does so much amazing work for us. And like, I just want to make sure that we clear that up because that's just ridiculous.
She takes care of all of us.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
And
she's amazing.
This was her hometown. Montreal is her hometown.
So she knows
was really
everybody.
excited to have us there. And it was just a lot of fun in her hometown. It's been a long time coming. So, yeah, I'm glad we all cleared that up because people just need to relax.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we will have to address some rumors just a little bit. I'm not going to go too hard on this because, you know, some people do deserve to have their privacy, but I will say, like, marriage is hard and people go through ups and downs all the time and it's completely normal. Sometimes people might need their space. Sometimes they won't. But like, I just think that the media takes things and runs with it without knowing the true facts. And I just want to make one thing clear, and that is that my life is not a publicity stunt for anything. We filmed The Valley months and months ago, and we're super excited for this to come out. And there's been so many changes that has happened in every single couple's lives, every single couple on the show. So I just want to make that very clear. I'm not going to touch too much on anything else, but definitely no publicity stunts are happening here. And, you know, just respect people's privacy a little bit because the media is just getting a little bit out of control.
I agree.
And you also went, so on a better note, I just had to say something about that because it's just gone all over the place. But on a different note, how was Detroit? You got to visit with your sister.
Well, first of all, the end of Montreal, we went to Pangea. Let me finish up with that. We went to Pangea, and it was absolutely amazing. We had so much fun. People were there lining up to see us, and Tom and I got behind the bar, and everybody was just so amazing. The people from the Montreal Canadiens, the PR team.
Wait, you were making drinks for people?
We were making drinks for people. Were they pre-made? Yes.
Okay, I was getting ready to say, because I love you, but you're not the best bartender.
No, I'm not the best. And there's a lot of people there. And I know that, and I own that. I make fun of myself about that. But it's kind of funny. But yeah, so I got
no
behind the
muddling
bar.
on Sundays.
I got behind the bar and I made some pre-made drinks for people. It was a lot of fun, and people were excited about that. And Tom got on the other side of the bar, and he's actually less of a bartender than I am because he's never been behind the bar, but yet he was making drinks.
Oh, he was making drinks?
Yeah, he was. And but it was a lot of fun. We had a good time, and like I said, everyone was hospitable. I say that word correctly. Like I said, what was really cool was the PR people from the Montreal Canadiens were there, and they gave us both jerseys. And it was just, like I said, it went by so quickly. And even the beautiful hotel we stayed at, the William and Gray Hotel, the staff there was so kind, and we used the spa. We went on the roof. I don't know if anybody saw our social media or not, but it was just a really, really cool place. So if you've never been to Montreal and you guys are thinking about going, maybe go in the summer because it is a little cold, but I don't mind that kind of weather, but maybe go in the summer. But if you just go for the food alone. It is, I'm seeing this right here, right now. It is the best food that I've ever had in my life, anywhere I've ever been. Yes, by far. And I'm not even second guessing.
I've never been to Canada, but maybe I'll go someday. But didn't you used to because you could drink when you're 18 in Canada, didn't you used to drive up from Michigan before you had to have a passport to go?
So, but when I was younger, in the mid to late 90s, the drinking age is 19. I am from
19.
I'm from a suburb of Detroit called Shelby Township. The drinking age, obviously, in Canada is 19. So we would drive to Canada. We would cross the border, obviously, and our dollar was very strong then. It was I want to say it was 50 cents on the dollar. So if you went over there with $10, you got, and you changed in, you got 20 back. So it was just a lot of fun. And in those days, $20 went a very long way. Drinks were only $3 or $4. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah. So yeah, we would go to Canada and we would do our drinking there because, like I said, the drinking age was 19. So it was a lot of fun. So I do have a relationship with Canada. I've been going for a very long time, but I used to go out to Ontario.
How long was the drive?
Different. From my house, 20 minutes.
Oh, you're that close?
Yeah, really close to the border.
But back then you didn't have to have passports and stuff to go.
No, again, this is pre 9/11, so you didn't need a passport. You barely even needed a driver's license. They did not care at all. So, and people were crossing the border from Canada to Michigan all the time for different reasons or whatever. But we did a lot of school shopping over there too, because, like I said, the dollar was so strong that you just get more for your money. So, like I said, you change in $10, you get 20 back. So it was great. It was a lot of fun, and the people in Canada have not changed. They're amazing, amazing human beings. In fact, I literally just got a note today that we are coming back at the end of April, and I'm so excited. I think we're going to be doing some different places and maybe the same place. I'm not sure exactly the details on that, but we are for sure coming back at the end of April, and I'm very, very excited about it. So, and then after that, then after that, I decided to make a little pit stop to Detroit because it is only a 2-hour flight from Montreal to Detroit, and it is 5 hours from California to Michigan, and my sister just got out of a serious, really invasive, serious surgery. I won't really go too deep into it, but it was pretty serious, and I wanted to make sure that I was there for it. The surgery went great, by the way. She's okay, everything's fine, but the recovery on something like this is kind of grueling. She's got to be off of her feet technically for 6 weeks. She can get up for an hour at a time, but anyway, I wanted to make sure that I was there because her husband works a lot, and I haven't seen my sister in a long time, and I miss my hometown of Detroit. And
you went to the mall, didn't you? I saw your mini stories with the sad song.
Yeah, so I obviously I watch a lot of stuff on Netflix, and I saw this documentary on old malls and malls closing down because, let's be real, not many people go to malls anymore. And we have this mall that I went to when I was a child, teenager, everything. We just lived at the mall. The malls were very, very important to us as growing up. That's where we went to get away from it all, to have some kind of freedom. We went on dates. I think I kissed my first girl there. I held my first girl's hand there. We did everything at the mall. The mall was the center of our lives. And this particular mall was the center of my life. And my mom even worked there a couple times. My sister worked there. I worked there. I did. It's the mall. And if you're our age, you know how iconic malls are. So Lakeside Mall is, I think, closing down shortly. There's only 3 or 4 stores left in the mall.
A lot of them were already shut down.
Yeah, a lot of them are shut.
That makes me sad
because of the internet. I feel like obviously shopping
online
is going to become more of a thing. But I just wanted to go. I go, Jenny, what do you think if we go to the mall and just walk around a little? She's like, oh my God, I would love that. Let's go. So yeah, we walked around a little bit of the mall, and I played a little Madonna. If you guys recognize that song, it's the soundtrack from A League of Their Own. But this used to be my playground. I just thought that was so fitting because every word in that song it just describes my relationship with Lakeside Mall. And we had a lot of fun. We actually even took it a bit further and we went to our old neighborhood house and we parked the car and we sat out in front of the people probably thought we were weird, but we parked the car and it was our first home. It was the home that my mom and dad first built.
Yeah.
And we just went there and, just kind of walked a little bit and kind of strolled, and it was just so nice, and it was just like it really pulled at my heart a lot, and we just had a really good time, kind of some brother sister time that we really, really needed.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to do that. He called me, was like, do you care? Because, of course, I was with Cruz all weekend, which I love. But he was like, do you care if I go see Jenny? And I was like, no, I love Jenny so much. And I can only imagine, how glad she was to have you there with her while she's, healing and stuff.
Definitely one of the best.
Keeping her mind off of everything, too,
Yeah, it was definitely one of the best trips I've had going to Michigan. Like I say, I know she's under the weather, but it kind of was just her and I. Because, like I said, my brother-in-law was working a lot. And I also got to see a couple old friends, which is really, really nice. Some old family friends stopped by, and it was just really, really nice, kind of just reminiscing about the old times again.
That's the best.
Really, really nice. And went to some of my favorite places. I know if you've watched my Instagram, I went to my favorite sub shop. It's the first place I stop when I go to Michigan is a place called Buscemi's. That's where I get my subs and my pizza, and I always go there. The owners are so friendly to me, so it's my first stop when I go there.
We're going to be at Lexington Comic-Con. I'm so excited.
Yeah, so
that's coming up March 7th through 11th. We're going to be there. Well, that's whenever we'll be in Kentucky, but the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
What's the dates?
7th through 11th. But Friday, let's see. Friday is the 8th. So we'll be there on March 8th, March 9th, and March 10th.
And it's not just us going, by the way. Kristen Doty is coming and Tom Schwartz is coming. We're going to have a lot of fun.
I think that first day, the first Friday, is like our main day that we're going to be there the longest. So if you get a chance to come by on Friday, you'll definitely see us then. It's going to be so much fun.
We're going to have some merch for sale for sure. We're working on that right now. And actually, I'm trying to figure out, see if Mama can make some beer cheese so we can sell some beer cheese there. We're working it out now, all the details. I'm trying to work out what restaurants I want to go to while I'm there. I'm thinking that's
love my favorite restaurants are like Carson's and Jeff Ruby's and I love Drake's and Malone's. If you're a Lexington person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We got to hit up Tin Roof. I'm just so excited to take Schwartz and Kristen around again because they haven't been to Kentucky since. Well, actually, Kristen and her ex-boyfriend at the time, Alex, they came with us on our boat trip whenever we did the houseboat trip. So Kristen's been there a couple more times, but Schwartz has only been there for our wedding. So I'm super excited to show them around. And, of course, can't wait to go out with my friends and see my family, too. Makes me so happy.
Comic-Con's a really, really big thing here in San Diego. It's huge. I had no idea they had one in Kentucky.
And they do them all over.
I had no idea. So then when we were offered this, we kind of jumped at the opportunity. Obviously, Lexington has a small spot.
And, of course, we're going to Hooters.
Yeah, we're going to try to do it all. I know people are catching wind now that we're going to Kentucky. I had a few restaurants reach out to us, Ruby's and a couple other spots. So we'll definitely be at those spots. But, yes, the dates again for Lexington Comic-Con
8th,
are?
9th, and 10th.
Of what month?
March 8th, 9th, and 10th.
March 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Yeah, that first Friday is going to be our longest day there. So I'm super excited to see everybody in my home state. I love it. I can't wait.
If you guys want to message us, if there's some favorite pieces of merch, I'm kind of working on it this week to make sure I have everybody's merch available for people because I know everyone's excited about the Mama's beer cheese, about
we're hoping we can get all this in time. But either way, we're doing photo ops. It's going to be like meet and greets. It's going to be so much fun stuff. So I'm super, super excited. And of course, just being in Kentucky is the absolute best. Okay, so now we're going to switch it up because I have been not feeling very good. I've had like a cold or flu-like symptoms for a couple days now. And I don't know. I just want to have some fun. And also, it's so funny because, like, if a woman gets a flu or the cold or anything like that, they can still, like, get things done and clean the house and do everything else. But at Jax, if you have a cold or something, it's like the worst thing ever, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's for any guy, really.
It is for any guy. I've seen so many memes and TikToks where it's always the same, and it just cracks me up.
It's we take it a little extreme when pain comes.
You like to be babied.
I do like to be.
Guys
babied.
like to be babied when they're sick, and not just you. I hear this about everybody. Guys always love to be babied.
I've never seen a man not take it to the extra length.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be like the the guy outside that's like working on the farm 24/7, they can still want to be babied whenever they have the cold, you know?
I mean, we got to get into this. I'm not going to dive too much into it, but what is going on with Sandoval?
Oh my God.
What?
Tom is already in the doghouse, and then to say what he said, comparing his situation to O.J. Simpson and George Floyd, that was so disrespectful, so disgusting, and I'm so embarrassed.
I just don't understand why he needs to open his mouth. He should never be doing podcasts right now. He should not be doing any press. He should be laying low, just kind of keeping his cool, keeping his head above water, but just kind of stay out of the limelight
It's just disgusting to even compare something so horrible that happened to them to something that he did where what he did was he cheated. It had nothing to do with like these huge racial problems and issues. And there's just no comparison. And it was just so disgusting.
I have to believe that he was trying to say something else and it got skewed, or did it get misinterpreted?
But he still said the words, and there's no like excuses that can be made for that. So I am glad that he sent an apology, but goodness gracious, he's just got to stop. He's got to stop talking.
He did the same thing when he went to that Nick Viles podcast. He just kind of went without permission and showed up drunk and just started spewing stuff. I felt so bad for Schwartz on that.
Yeah, and Schwartz has hooked himself to the wrong carriage. That's for sure.
Yeah,
because I can't believe he said that. And I have seen Tom recently, and he's been very, very kind. And whenever I've seen him, and I was like, oh, he's really trying. And then he goes and does this and just puts himself right back in it. I just don't understand it. And we obviously do not agree with anything that he said. And I'm just, very disgusted by his actions.
So we got into a new TV show, new topic. We got into a new TV show, which I'm really crazy about. In fact, I'm behind on one episode. I'm assuming you watched the last episode, right? Capote versus the Swans.
I haven't watched it yet, no.
You haven't? Okay, yeah. So I got to watch that. I don't know if you've even watched this.
Yeah, feud Capote versus the Swans. It is so good.
Oh, it is really, really good. I don't know. We got hooked into this. Well, you got hooked into it. And then I kind of fell into it. It's been such an amazing show. I love the show. I can't wait to finish watching it.
The acting is incredible.
Yeah. Oh, the actors in it is amazing. And now I never watched the original Truman Capote, which I'm going to now with Philip Seymour Hoffman. I know it's an older movie, but I had no idea just the story behind it. And like watching this, it gives me a little bit of a Mark Cherry vibe to it. It gives me a little bit of Desperate Housewives. It gives me a little bit of
Why Women Kill.
Why Women Kill. What's the other big one that everybody? American Horror Story. It's got a little bit of American Horror Story, Desperate Housewives, Mark Cherry. It's got a little bit of all that. If you guys like these shows in this, and it's just incredible. So definitely watch it. Brittany and I are definitely really hooked on it. So yeah, just a little tap into that. That's everyone likes to know what we're watching.
I love like all the fashion, and then whenever I went looked at the real people, like their real. They're real pictures of the actors and stuff, like from the actual times. They had the best fashion even back then. They were all fashion icons, like just seeing that society that they lived in and the differences, and like people just smoke cigarettes like all the freaking time. I mean, there was just a lot going on, but it was really good.
I really hope he wins an award for this because his acting, I can't remember his name. We'll have to fact check that later. Is Holland? I think it's Hollander, who plays Capote. And to get into that character, because it's an unusual character to play.
And he does great.
He does
all the actors and actresses do an amazing job in that. I mean, it was casted so well. And that's what makes it so good. I love that Beyonce's new single, Texas Hold'em, has debuted as a #1 Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart. So Beyonce, not only queen of pop, she now is a #1 Billboard charted country music star. And as a country girl myself, I love it. Go Beyonce. Whoop, whoop. I think it's awesome. She looked so cute in her cowboy hat too, so I'm all for it.
I got another question from somebody who was asking me about Jax. What do you feel about hanging out with your doctor, your personal doctor? And I thought that was a pretty unusual question. I thought it was pretty interesting. I have hung out with my doctor. We're really close with Dr. Lakey and Dr. Payman. I've not really hung out with Payman too much, but I have hung out with Dr. Lakey, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's hanging out.
Yeah, but they're plastic surgeons. They're not like
what do you think? Do you think hanging out with your doctor is okay? Like, would you go get a cocktail with your, I guess, pediatrician or your personal doctor, your OBGYN?
I think stuff like that's a little bit different than a plastic surgeon.
Okay, what about your personal doctor, the one that you go see for physicals?
I think that might be a little weird. It depends on if you knew them before or not. Before, like if you ever grew up as friends and then they became your doctor, that's different. But if you started off as your doctor and then you started hanging out with them, that might be a little awkward.
Yeah, I guess. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of go back and forth. My plastic surgeon, though, I just love those guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but they were
I've
also
hung out with
your...
them so many times, and I love them to death. Back in the, well, not so much anymore, before we had kids. But yeah, so that was a good question. I guess it really depends on what kind of doctor, I guess, in the circumstances. But that was a good question.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know about going out with your OBGYN all the time.
Well, no, I mean, I guess if it's your girl, if it's a girl OBGYN and you're going out for cocktails.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've never been in that situation, so...
I got another question, Jax. Who makes that leather jacket that I was wearing in Montreal? That's funny you said that. I got that jacket.
Who said that? Do you have their Instagram name?
No, it was on Instagram. I didn't quite catch who it was. The name of the company is called Macage, and I got it in Montreal, but it is on Instagram. It's Mackage, Macage. It's a leather jacket. I wore it a little bit. I didn't wear it too much because it was raining, and you're not supposed to wear leather in the rain. But I don't really understand that because cows are always in the rain.
Oh my gosh! Did you just say cows are always in the rain?
Right, cows are in the rain when you leave them out in the field, right?
Yeah, but like they're still alive, and there are cows. Like they have fur and stuff. Leather is made. Oh my gosh!
I think
you're supposed to be wearing faux leather now.
You're supposed to be wearing faux. Like,
I only have all faux. Like I don't have any real leather anymore. I have not had that in years and years and years and years.
Oh well, this was a gift to me, and I really love that jacket, and it's already been made. So
I cannot believe you said cows stand in the rain.
You think about it, cows are out in the rain.
Do you think that they're going to expand or shrink whenever they stand in the rain?
People just get really crazy when you wear a leather jacket out in the rain.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, I heard another thing that people are doing right now. Sorry, we're just kind of jumping all over today. Taylor Swift fans are wearing diapers to concerts so they don't have to go to the bathroom and miss a song.
What?
What do you think about that?
Oh my gosh, that is a little ridiculous.
It's true. True story. People are wearing diapers. I'm not sure what age these girls are, but they're so scared.
Depends, I'm sure.
Of missing a Taylor Swift song by going to the bathroom that they're wearing diapers.
That is insane. Well, you know what? The lines at concerts and games and stuff like that can be ridiculous, but still, like, go pee before, go pee after, you'll be fine. Don't tap the keg. That's what we always say in Kentucky. Like, don't tap the keg because as soon as you pee for the first time, if you're out drinking all night, then it's over and you got to keep going and going and going.
Guys, I got to tap into something that I've been tapping into every week lately, and I feel like it's becoming a thing. Airplane drama. Jax's airplane drama. And guess what happened? Nothing with the airline this time. Nothing with the flight attendants. My dumb ass decided to leave my iPad on the plane. So I'm still trying to track it down. So if anybody on United has my has my iPad.
He lost it on his first flight. This is what
flight.
happens whenever I'm not traveling with him, guys.
On my first flight, I had it so I was sitting first class, and there was like a little cubby hole on the side of the plane, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to put my iPad right here." Sure enough, I forgot it, and not only that, it was an international flight. So good luck me getting the iPad back.
You're probably never getting that back.
They're like, I called.
You had a passcode on it, right?
I have a passcode on it.
Okay, good.
Mean, I don't really know if people can.
I can clear it from your phone. On Find My Friends.
I think I'm going to need to, just to be safe.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping somebody returns it. I'm going to call today. In fact, guys, I know you're going to be reading this tomorrow or hearing this tomorrow. Sorry. I just got home today. So I'm going to have to do some calling. I got some things that I got to do now that I got laundry, and I got to call the lost and found and get my iPad back. But yeah, that's what happened on the last of the airplane drama with Jax. I feel like every time I fly, something happens.
It does.
Something happens.
It definitely does.
But other than that, the airlines were great. Everybody was great. Easy flying this time. And,
well, good.
It was just my dumbass who decided to leave my iPad on the flight.
Safe flight at least, so that's good.
Aren't you getting ready to do a concert in Vegas or go to a concert in Vegas?
Oh, yes, that's in May. I've got tickets to Lovers and Friends. I'm so excited.
Why don't you explain to people what that is?
Oh my gosh. So the Lovers and Friends, it's basically like a huge festival that Usher puts on. And I'm taking my best friend, Kara. She lives in Vegas and it's her birthday. Her birthday's May 5th and the concert is on May 4th. But let me read y'all this lineup. And I'm just going to name some of the people. Okay, obviously Usher, Janet Jackson, Backstreet Boys, Snoop Dogg, Lil Wayne, Alicia Keys, Gwen Stefani, Nelly Furtado, Ciara, TLC, Nas, Ludacris, Nelly, Mary J. Blige, Ja Rule, Ashanti, TLC, MIA, T-Pain, Akon, Neo, Timbaland, Keisha Cole, Brandy, Monica, Eve. I mean, I could go on and on and on. There's still like 10 more rows. Jeremiah, Robin Thicke, 98 Degrees, Tyrese, T.I. I mean, oh my God, I'm just so excited. I am so excited. And some of my friends from home are going. I mean, that's like the dream lineup for me. That's all my favorite music, all like late 90s, early 2000 hip hop. I mean, it's going to be like the best day ever.
So how many days am I going to be alone with Cruz?
Probably just 2 nights.
No, I don't mind. I literally just got back from Montreal and I got back from Michigan. And I even texted you a couple days ago. I'm like, you deserve a girls trip. Make sure you book a trip with the girls and go to Mexico or do something because I feel so bad. I always feel so awkward. Not awkward. I just feel bad. I don't need to feel bad. Brittany's a great mother and she lets me. I'm very fortunate where she kind of lets me go do what I want. But I always feel bad. I'm like, gosh, I'm gone too long. And I feel like she's there by herself and she needs help. So I'm like, make sure, hopefully you book a trip soon and go to Mexico with your girlfriends or something. I think you need a trip. It's time.
Yeah, for sure. I cannot wait for that, but I'm definitely like thinking about Cabo or something soon too, because I just want to go somewhere tropical. It's been so much rain here in LA. And that's another crazy thing. Like the rain here, I know it's been like some people who I'm praying for have had like the power outage. They've had like mudslides and horrible things like that. But for me, being a girl from Kentucky, it just seems like normal rain. But here in LA where we don't get it, I mean, the ground, everything's flooding. It's just like insane because it just seems like a normal rainstorm
LA
to me.
is not built. Everybody knows that. It's not built for rain. So we flood quick.
Quick.
Yeah, we've been getting a ton of rain.
And I feel bad. Like I always get so worried about all those houses in the hills that are on the stilts. Like I get so worried for them that they're going to slide down or something. I mean, it's scary.
It's really scary because we drive to Cruz's school and his school is like kind of on the way up the mountains and you can just see these houses that look like they're on stilts.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my gosh, how are these houses engineered to stay on these hills? It's just incredible. But in hindsight, that means Big Bear is going to be looking good because all the rain we get here turns to snow at Big Bear. And I am a big skier, and I'm actually trying to plan a ski trip with my guys right now, kind of a weekend warrior trip. That's what I call them, kind of your in and out.
Hold up. I thought I was getting a girls trip.
You're 100%. I mean, we still got...
I'm like, what? Hold on.
It's just, the winter months. I like to try to go to at least skiing twice a year, and I like to do it during the week, like because there's nobody on the mountain. But I just called my friend that lives up there. He said, because of all the rain that we're getting in LA, that means the mountains, Big Bear, Mammoth are getting pounded with powder.
Have we talked about my ski story on here yet?
Oh, I don't know. We don't bring Brittany skiing.
No,
anymore.
okay. So whenever I was younger, I used to be able to snowboard. I had no fear. I loved it. So whenever I started dating Jax, he gets me all the suits, like everything North Face. I had like the cutest stuff on ever.
Well, let's back up. I was trying to impress her in the beginning.
I was trying to impress
So
me.
I was like, all
in the beginning.
I was like, I'm throwing out the credit card here. We're going some shopping. She's never been skiing as far as I've known her. So, but I was like,
okay. I used to ski on like the farm, not skiing, but like, snowboard, sledding, tubing on our farm hills.
Okay,
nothing like for real.
Hill.
Yeah,
okay.
like nothing for real.
So I decided to all right, I'm going to outfit her. I'm going to get her all the goods, all whatever she needs, and we're all going to go as a trip. Like, everybody went on this trip. Like, it was Tom and Ariana, and we had everybody. Everybody was on this trip.
Sheena, yeah.
And Brittany, I go, what do you want to do? Do you want to ski or snowboard? She's like, I'm definitely going to snowboard because that's the cool thing to do.
Because I've actually done it before. I'd never done skiing before, but I'm talking years and years.
I'm an old fart, so I ski. I'm one of the last few of the skiers, and I enjoy it. I personally cannot have both feet trapped into one board. I think that's absolutely insane, but that's just me. Anyway, so she decides to snowboard. You want to tell the story?
Yeah, so... First off, I don't like heights. My belly turns. I get like that vertigo stuff. I don't like it. So we're getting on the ski lift, and I had not done like any lessons or anything. I just thought it was going to come back to me and I was going to be fine. So I'm on the ski lift, and one of my feet is hooked into the board and the other one isn't. We're up on the lift. I think it was me, Jax, and our friend Eddie. And I'm just like freaking out already. We finally get to where I have to get off. I try to stand up, immediately fall on my stomach as all these other people are going over my head with their skis and stuff on the ski lift. So I'm just sitting there laying, and the instructors and everybody are like running out to me like, don't move. And with all these skiers and stuff above me. So I was traumatized. So I was already so embarrassed. It took me forever to get up on that one freaking leg on the board or whatever. So I have to like roll over on the hill, and we're on the bunny hill, mind you. So I just sit down for a little bit off to the side. There's like 3-year-olds going down the hill. Like everybody's just like going past me. Jax has already went down the hill and came back up like 6 times. I'm still sitting there. I was like, am I going to do this? Am I not going to do it? Like nobody was taking the time to help me or like trying to teach me anything. So I was like all on my own and I was kind of freaking out and I was already over it because of what happened on the ski lift. So I took off the board and I walked down the bunny hill and I went to the bar. And that was my experience. And I'm never going again. I will stay in the cabin, stay in the hot tubs and the beautiful cabins with all the snow. I love that part of it. And I do love the tubing and stuff. Me and the girls the next day went tubing and I think that is so fun. I'll do all that stuff, but no more ski lift for me ever, 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 ever. It was traumatizing. But it's a good story to tell.
It was a good story, and it was really, really funny. And it was definitely a good time. But yeah, so now when we go up, I basically go skiing by myself, and she stays inside.
Yeah, for sure.
We haven't gone with Cruz yet, so this will be interesting.
Yeah,
so,
it'll be fun. I could do like little cute, like, like little sledding stuff with him while you're skiing. We could still do that next year.
So anyway, get back to my story. The powder is banging in Big Bear right now, and I cannot wait to get up there with the boys. I'll make sure that I talk about that and get tons of video of that stuff too. We'll get all the boys together. But also, another side note, kind of to segue into something else, the shooting at the Chiefs parade.
Oh my gosh, heartbreaking. So heartbreaking. Sending prayers to the family. Just absolutely awful. It's gotten so bad everywhere in the world right now. I mean,
I know they did
they got to do something. The world's got to change.
I know they did a GoFundMe for them. I know Taylor Swift donated $100,000 to
a lot of the players did, which is great, but it's just like, oh my gosh, such senseless acts saying, we got to change and do better, America, because this is just getting ridiculous.
Now, I know people have been asking me, Jax, why aren't you recapping the new Vanderpump? And we are going to start next week. I just wanted to get ahead a little bit. I didn't want to do episode by episode by episode. I think next week we're going to start diving into it and we're going to break it down hardcore. I just wanted everyone to get a little bit of kind of dive into the show a little bit. I think we're going on week 3 or week 4 on Vanderpump.
I'm not sure, but I'm just so excited. The valley's coming closer and closer and closer.
It is getting closer. It is getting closer, but it's also getting closer to the return of Jax Taylor on Vanderpump Rules.
The valley is, I just can't wait for that. Oh my God. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited to be back. Okay, so now it is time to go to a couple Would You Rathers. Woo woo! All right, here we go. Jax, answer quick. Ready?
Yep.
Would you rather tell all of your deepest and darkest secrets to your boss or to your parents?
My parents.
I'm going to say my boss because we're on a reality TV show. We already do that anyway.
True. Well played.
Would you rather people could hear your thoughts or have everything you live stream on Instagram?
Oh my God. Both are terrible.
I know. Hear your thoughts or everything you do on a live stream on Instagram.
Oh my God. I guess hear everything I do on live stream Instagram.
You would rather be on live stream on Instagram?
Because what about your thoughts are like, you
yeah, because sometimes you can't even control what you're thinking.
Your thoughts are. Like, I thought some pretty deep, dark shit in my life.
That's true. That's true. Okay, I think live stream too, because sometimes you just cannot even help where your mind goes on things.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with that one.
Okay. Would you rather get an instant promotion by sleeping with the boss or through honest hard work?
Sleeping with the boss.
Oh my God. I knew you were going to say that. I think honest hard work.
Yeah, no. No. Okay. Why not? Why? You got to work smarter, not harder.
Oh my gosh. Would you rather be stranded on a desert island with your ex or your boss? Boss, for me.
It depends who my boss was at the time.
Well, right now we'll say Alex Baskin.
Okay, probably my boss. Yeah.
Would you rather marry the hottest or the smartest person alive?
Ooh. I mean, we all know I'm pretty vain.
I think the hottest because...
Yeah, I think I would go hottest.
I think if they're too smart, we might not, get everything they're saying all the time.
Yeah, I would be annoyed by everything they said, I think.
That's awful.
I know.
But hey, you got to pick one or the other. Would you rather go shopping in your underwear or to the beach nude?
Oh my God, shopping in my underwear.
Yeah, same. Would you rather your partner forget your anniversary every year or you forget your partner's birthday every year?
She forget my anniversary. Don't matter to me.
What? You mean okay, so you would rather forget our anniversary than forget my birthday? Which one's? Yeah, I mean, I guess they're both important.
Yeah, they're both really important. But if I got like you
have
said,
to
I
pick.
gotta pick
You gotta
one.
pick.
So I guess our anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
birthday would probably be a little bit bigger.
Okay. Would you rather tell your partner you're having an affair or your partner tell you that they're having an affair?
Wow.
I know.
I would rather tell my partner that I'm having an affair.
Same. Because
Yes.
you don't want to be on the other end of that, trust me.
Yeah.
Would you rather all of your exes showed up to your wedding or your partner's most recent ex attend the wedding? I think
Well-
that I had all the bridesmaids in it.
Yeah, we already had that.
Not half of my bridesmaids, but a couple of my bridesmaids and people that attended the wedding were your exes.
Yeah.
I don't think any of my exes were at the wedding, though.
No.
Only yours.
Yeah.
How strange is that?
Yeah, that is strange. Yeah.
Would you rather discover your friends don't like you or your boss thinks you're bad at your job?
My boss thinks I'm bad at my job.
Yeah, for sure. Would you rather watch a couple kiss for 5 minutes straight or watch a graphic sex scene with your parents?
A couple kiss for 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I've had to watch some sex scenes with my parents. That's awful.
It is the most awkward thing
It's so
ever.
awkward.
Especially whenever you're young and you're like, really like, oh, I don't know what's going on. You try to act like you don't know what's going on. And you're like,
Yeah.
nobody say anything, please. It's
I used to excuse myself. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom or I need to go get a snack. I knew what was going on, but I just couldn't watch with my parents.
It's like the most awkward silence. Silence. Oh my gosh! One time, I'll never forget this. I said the word vagina. I didn't even know what it meant. I was like 5 years old, and that's not even like a bad word because it's an actual part of the woman's body. But it was like it was just insane that I said anything like that. Like my family was so shocked that I knew the word. Everybody was like, "What is going on?" But then again, at the same time, I was listening to like songs like "You Ain't Gotta Say Too Much" from the look in your eyes. I can tell you what, not knowing what any of those lyrics meant. I think back about that too. My mom being like, "What are you listening to in the car?"
Do you think it's okay for grown men to have Crocs?
I mean, I think some people wear them just for like around the house type stuff, but I will never own a pair. Personally, why are you about to buy some?
No, I have a pair. I own a pair. They're knockoffs. I keep them in my shed, but I wear them
Yeah,
around
for like
the house.
outside or like running. Like, just don't wear them in public. You'll be fine.
I agree. I had a guy ask me that question. He's like, Jax, is it okay for grown men to wear Crocs? I'm like, I think if you wear them around the house,
Yeah,
that's fine.
like not going out in public.
yeah. You
right.
got to run and get some milk or something.
One last funny. Would you rather? Would you rather accidentally send a sexy text to a relative or to your boss?
Boss.
Boss, for sure. I don't want to accidentally send my relative something like that. That
Yeah,
would be terrible.
I've done that already. I've done that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I said something sexy to my mother years and years.
Oh
and years
my
ago.
gosh.
Did I
What
ever
did
tell
you
the story?
say?
It was very, very sexual.
What?
It was. I was living with Tom and Tom. I was probably in my 20s, and it was up late at night, just doing what I do, what Jax does, and didn't pay attention. I think I was drunk, and I texted. I think the girl's name was Mary or something like that, and I texted my mom, and I didn't realize till the next morning. And my father goes, "Is this how you talk to people?"
What did you
I look
say?
back, I go, "Dad, what are you talking about?" He's like, "You might want to look at your messages to your mother." And I looked at that. I'm like, "Oh my God."
Oh,
Let me just tell you-
disgusting.
Yeah, it was not. It was like, imagine. Okay, I'm not going to tell you exactly what I wrote, but just imagine you come home from the bar at 2:00 in the morning. What do you do when you get on your phone? Okay, who do you text?
A booty call.
Booty call.
Oh,
right?
God.
I know, and it was bad. Yeah, I did it to my mother.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awful. You guys have to listen to my dog Monroe snoring really fast.
Nobody's ever going to get that 50 seconds back.
It's just so cute. She's just sitting here beside me snoring. All right, everybody. We love you so much. Thank you for tuning into When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany. We'll see you next week.
Have a great week, guys.
Bye.